JT, the bigger figure, man.
The bigger figure.
Man, the one and only in the green room, y'all.
Yes, sir.
The one and only, man. I want to say, first, before we even get into it, I want to say it's an honor and a privilege to be fucking with you on some green room shit.
Man, I'm happy to be here. Appreciate the invitation. You know what I mean? It's a good connect, man. I'm ready to give it to you raw.
For sure. Man, I want to start, for anybody sleep under a rock, ain't never heard of JT, the bigger figure. You know what I'm saying? Fig Panamera.
Fig Panamera.
You know what I'm saying? JT, the bigger figure, is a staple in West Coast rap, really just rap period, for 30 years.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? A rapper, a producer, a hustler.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely a hustler, CEO, a boss. There's no part of the game that you haven't touched. You know what I'm saying? From the streets to the suites, ain't no part of the game you haven't touched. So I want to talk about this shit, man.
Yes, sir.
From San Francisco, California.
San Francisco, Fillmoe District.
Fillmoe District.
Yes.
Explain to me what Fillmoe District is. That's
the western edition of San Francisco. The west side of San Francisco, 7 miles by 7 miles. We're one of the smallest cities, but one of the most influential cities. The Fillmoe District, you know, they got something called Live at the Fillmoe. That started in our hood, and then it started going live in the Fillmoe, Kansas City, live in the Fillmoe, New Orleans. So that was the first brand of Fillmoe, representing music, original content, swag, flavor, you know, brain power, wits, grind. That was in the original, the elders of Fillmoe, you know what I mean? When our generation came, we switched the name to Fillmoe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we took the Fillmoe off.
That's what I know, Fillmoe.
Yeah, and then we went straight Fillmoe, so it could be ours. And, you know, our neighborhood, man, is strong. I come from where Rapping Forte, Huey MC. These are my forefathers. Lonnie Green, Demons of the Mind, the Strut Group. They was the biggest strut group in the Bay Area back in the late 80s, coming into the 90s, you know, and I was one of the youngsters.
For sure.
That watched them represent our hood, and then I came along in 92, so it's 30 years later.
Yeah, for real though, man. Definitely. When I hear Fillmoe, you know what I'm saying, of course, one of the things come to mind is Fillmoe Slim.
Fillmoe Slim, yes sir, yes sir. Fillmoe Slim, you know, that pimping in our neighborhood was very dominant, you know, with that life of the Fillmoe, the club life, the strip, the stroll, you know, and I didn't really get to see Fillmoe Slim activity up close and personal, but I had friends who mothers was affected by Fillmoe Slim, you know, and just that whole pimping lifestyle. A lot of our young brothers, their mom was into that, and Fillmoe Slim was so popular for it, you know, but I just never caught that pimp wave. I liked it, the hustle wave. Sure. The pimps, you know, they had the ladies and they, you know, bring that bread in. But they had the hustlers in Fillmoe that was strictly about grinding. Whether it was selling dope, selling cars, you know, whatever they were selling, clothes, food, it was a grind about the Fillmoe. So, you know, I come out that part of the generation of our legacy.
Now for sure, it's a lot of pimp culture definitely to come from San Francisco. But then I also feel like you said, the hustle part, San Francisco, I feel like it's overlooked when it comes to that hustle. You know what I'm saying? They always talk about Oakland when they talk about the Bay Area, but San Francisco had a different way about it too. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's right. Oakland definitely is a heartbeat in black culture in the Bay Area, most definitely. In San Francisco, you know, we got Hunters Point, Sunnydale, Lakeview, Potrero Hill, VG's, Alamany. Then you got the Fillmoe. And the way our city having the 49ers, that was a high mark right there. The Joe Montana, Jerry Rice era.
Changed the money game.
Man, it did something. Like, the city always was doing what it was doing because it was the gold mining city from back in the days. But in terms of our generation, you know, we come into gentrification. We growing up in the gentrification part. We watching the old neighborhood go down, in a way where we lost it. You know, we used to have black stores. We used to have a black farm in Fillmoe. Like literally, we had a whole city block where food was growing. You know what I mean? Like they had the farmers. So that was in the hood. But a lot of things happened in our neighborhood. You know, I'm not gonna say that's why we don't got the clout that we probably could have and probably should have. You know, when I say probably, it means like if you want it, you got to go get it. You know what I mean? So nothing being handed to our city in terms of elevation and elbow room across on the major level. But on an independent level, I've been blessed to be underground, a mega star, a mega leader, a mega, you know, grinder, a mover and groover, you know, a playmaker. I'm at the beginning of a lot of different things that started. A lot of my ideas was used. So my contribution to the game, you know, as I was telling you earlier, that's the clout. That's the do-it-yourself part, and keep pushing till you get your big breakthrough. I have been blessed to make breakthroughs, but as I was telling you, me and Master P was in my mama house. You know what I mean? Me and Master P watched Murder Was the Case VHS at my mama house in my bedroom, and we was talking about Death Row and Suge Knight, how they just made this soundtrack and this movie. And we both said it like, we got to make us some movies. And he did it first when I'm about it. Then I came the next year after that with Beware Those.
No, he definitely did it.
But it was done independently. I had to deal with priority. I didn't play ball the way they wanted me to play ball. And I really just blame myself. And I look at, it was so much pressure on me at a young age. And me running a label, being an artist, being a producer, you know what I mean? Being part of my community. I just didn't have the extra support like a manager, or my team wasn't adding themselves to the business part. They was adding themselves to the rapper part. And they made it clear, Jay, I don't want to have to deal with office work, phone calls, emails, faxes. And you know.
Is that ego?
Well, coming from the hood, you know, we was hood stars, so niggas was trapping in the hood, just, you know, young niggas doing young nigga shit in the hood. But when the music came, I let the hood part go and just kept the music part. But my homies still had the hood part where they still might dibble and dabble in whatever they was doing. Like, I took office work serious. I took phone calls. I took databases and phone numbers and emails. I took that serious at 19 years old. You know what I mean? And that's what gave me an edge. But in 95, I didn't travel the country. Master P left the Bay and went back home and brought the light there as he should have, you know. I didn't take advantage of being able to go to another region and make myself popular there, even though I might sell records in other regions, but I never was making myself available to interact like how me moving to Atlanta. If I knew that would have been an investment for me back then, and that's all that coulda, woulda, shoulda. But, you know, looking at myself in my present, that's why I ain't scared to make a move, to get somewhere different with new people and get exposed to new opportunities and just have a bigger network so that I can make my own breakthrough. Each play is a breakthrough. Some give you bigger, you know, bigger juice. And then some, you know, it might just open some doors. That's a breakthrough too. You know, but that major breakthrough, I haven't had that shit in 30 years. But people will say, you've been had some major stuff. Yes, but it's not the major. The Dr. Dre, the P. Diddy, the examples before me, the Master P's.
You still got time, man, because you're looking younger than most of these niggas out here.
Well, that's a blessing. You know, I started changing my life around, you know what I mean? Even though they throw a lot of smut on my name, but my actions prove something different, you know. I'm just thankful to still be here after all these years, 30 years. This is my first interview. It's my first interview, you know what I mean, on my 30th year. So my campaign for this year, you the first one.
Hey, y'all line it up, mark it up, put it down. Greenroom started the interview campaign with JT the Biggest Figga.
Straight up, my media.
30-year anniversary.
This the first interview 30 years later. So I should have something to say here today.
And look, shout out to everybody that come after this, but this might be the best one.
Hey man, like I said, man, you came a long way, bro.
For sure.
You know, I think we was talking about this while I was still in Africa.
Definitely.
I was still in Africa.
Definitely.
And he was like, bro, I'm trying to get you, I'm gonna come. I'm like, all right, let me see if he gonna come. Because you know, people say they gonna come, but they might not really show up.
Bro, I'd have came to Africa, my nigga.
You came to
I would have came to Africa, man. My passport good, man.
Oh, you got the passport?
Yeah.
Well, man, hey, you got an invitation right here on camera, my G.
There you go.
Yeah.
So check this out.